Yeah. Oh, yes. Welcome. My name's Broden.
Up the plains.
Up the plains indeed. Up the plains. My name's Broden and you are me in a way and we are together in the world of football. Help.
So
My name's Broden.
Exactly how I
I've just come from, can we break news, Tom?
Yeah.
Tom and I are a bit tired because we've come from Joe Koski's wedding.
Yay.
Yeah. Well,
We
we were special people.
We were the groomsmen.
Yeah. And we got
Who was better out of you and I?
Well, we
should do this
both did. We did fucking nothing.
This is content.
Okay,
This is content. Can we talk about our groomsmen?
Of course, please. I'm actually fascinated. I loved being a bridesmaid.
We were told off by the in-laws. No, by Joe's parents during their speech.
Well, I mean, you should be quiet during speeches, but
No. We got told off for bullying him on the podcast during their speeches.
Yeah. They called us out.
bully more.
Yeah, now it's just the time to go harder on Joe.
Yeah.
Now that he's married, off the market. But it was wonderful.
What's his wife's name?
Alana. Broden just panicked. He knows Alana very well.
She's the cupboard in Beauty and the Beast. The entire cast
Really?
of Beauty and the Beast was there.
Yeah.
What's the cupboard?
The wardrobe.
It's the Be Our Guest that the wardrobe's involved in.
She's a cupboard.
Be Our Guest.
Yeah, all of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
Star.
in it heaps.
Really?
And
Yeah.
Belle was there. You see Belle?
Yeah, I saw Belle. Al went up and was like, I loved you in the show.
Does Elle drink?
No, well, she was last night, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see Elle drunk.
Yeah, she's a riot.
Yeah.
And then Lumiere was there.
Candlestick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He goes for the D's.
Lots of Come From Aways were there.
Yep, the show Come From Away about 9/11, the
Yeah.
musical. They
The
were all
Jersey
there.
Boys were there. The bass player from Jersey Boys.
I love the Jersey Boys, particularly the bass player.
There you go.
You love the bass player from which Jersey Boys? The movie?
No, the music. Oh, well, I haven't seen the current musical, but I've seen renditions of the musical.
Yeah.
Like my family's seen it like 4 times.
Tall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my type.
Shall we crack in? This
It
is
is.
great content.
I should just say thank you, Richo, for the 5. Pogs in the chat for Richo. Thanks, Sage, for the sub. Legend. That's all I've got.
Well, I'm only going to start if the people in the comment section say, I would like this to start, Broden, please, in that exact wording.
Pog.
Oh, you can say pog as well.
Yeah,
Pog,
either or.
pog, 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 pog,
I'd like to be called by their name and not just their profession. It's a funny
The
comment.
chair or like the cupboard.
Cupboard.
I don't know what
Lumiere.
Alana's role's called. It's
Yeah, I
Cupboard.
think it's the cupboard, isn't it?
the current beauty. Yeah, the current car smell. Yeah, absolutely. They just closed in Melbourne on Sunday, and then they all went to a wedding. And they were like, "Oh my god, it's Broden Kelly! Oh my god!" But like it was good for them to take a day off, and now they're going to Adelaide.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Gop. No, Mel, not Gop. All right, please start, sir. All right, just keep stalling. Chaboy Marshy. Here every week, everyone. It's a little community we have here.
It is. It's lovely.
If we were all in a room together, we would be an unstoppable force. We could weaponize. Hell yeah. Mel, they are next week. You can go see them. And you'd be like, how was the wedding? And you'll be like, oh, they were like, oh, Broden was there. That'd be crazy. All right, shall we? You want a BTP?
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Can I just say BTP?
You can. We can abbreviate. We're 3 million episodes into this.
Yeah.
All righty. What is it around? 7. 7 already. Oh, all right. Mates, can you believe that we are talking about round 7? We're already there. We know who's going to win the flag. It's Melbourne. And that means it's time to get ready to do the news with Marns. And first we gotta
Bounce that pill.
chicken dinner.
I know. Got nervous. I get so anxious doing that.
Hello and welcome to the Footy with Marns, your Thursday edition as we go into a week of footy. We get ready to get a good night's sleep and sit and watch KO all weekend. And it's going to be great. I'm here with Marnie.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Tom, how are you?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you?
How are you over there, Paddy?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
Good. Now, Tom and I are a little bit tired because we went to a wedding yesterday and we went to bed at 11:30. Well, I did.
Yeah.
11:30 p.m.
Yeah. I was so tired.
I was so fucked. I went to bed at like 12.
What time did it start though?
We started at 9 a.m.
Yeah, because you were
we were the groomsmen.
Yeah.
It's our so to announce. Sorry, everyone. Joe Koski is off the market. He is off the market. He is a married man, and congratulations, Joe. It was a wonderful wedding.
It was really nice.
What was your favorite parts?
There was donuts. These
Maple glazed donuts from Hector's Deli. They were
Really?
nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, the bridesmaids did a come from
beautiful
away
song,
thing,
yeah,
which was awesome.
We were awful. We
did nothing.
We were really
just
just
were
we
looking
stood
pretty.
around and got cool photos. You know that you do when you get married. And but I've never really been in a proper.
Broden?
Hey Joe, you're on the podcast. We just wanted to wish you a happy marriage.
Oh, thanks, man.
How's married life treating you?
Pretty good so far. Just overlooking a vineyard, drinking a wine.
Well, you're still on it, are you?
Yeah, just getting back on it.
Oh, well, have a wonderful. When are you there to? You're never coming back from marriage.
Two-night mini moon, and then back to New Zealand.
Yeah, he's in the play that went wrong, Marnie.
It goes wrong.
We're not talking about his wedding.
Yeah, that was the wedding that went right, wasn't it, Joe?
Sure was. Thank you, boys, for making yesterday so special.
We did nothing.
We stood around.
Yeah, but you look very handsome for some photos.
That's right. We did bring the everyone was very excited to see us.
Yeah.
A lot of footy podcast fans there.
Yeah.
Real crossover. Now, Joe, for your special wedding, you get to decide how I hang up on you, mate. So, what do you want to be talking about?
I don't know. Ask me a question about Carlton, then I'll start. You hang up.
Oh, that's going to be great. And once again, happy wedding. All right, Joe, how do you think Carlton will go this week against Geelong?
Well, I think after a couple of wins, we're finally due a loss. You didn't hang up on me.
I thought it would be funny to not do that, and I really enjoyed it.
That's brutal.
And he's gone. We lost him there. Congratulations, Joe. But we wish you could have been there, Marnie and Patty. But, maybe
I love
next time.
weddings.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
Too emotional for me.
He cried.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Not
You
me.
have to know.
Oh my God, when
Friends
I-
are like, boring.
And I gave a speech at my best friend's wedding. I got the groom's. I got the
Bride.
the
The man.
husband. What's he called?
The groom?
The groom.
Yeah.
The groom. Fuck me. The groom to tear up immediately, and
Did
I
you?
pat myself on the back for that. Yeah, and I gave a poem during the actual ceremony before they did their vows.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't make me cry. You could make me cry. But, well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Marnie, I have a tattoo now.
I know. I haven't seen it yet because it's covered in big bandage.
Yes, I haven't seen it in a while too, but here it is for the people watching on the YouTube. It's there. It's starting to get itchy, and under it is scabbing. Now, there's just a bit of my skin that's not covered by bandage that is scabbing.
Itchy.
It's itchy, but why is it scabbing where there wasn't things
No needles.
needled?
Maybe it's literally just because the bandage rubbing against your skin, and if it gets wet and then it irritates the skin.
Has to be that. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
okay.
if you wear a Band-Aid for too long and it gets itchy.
Problem fixed.
I'm a doctor.
You are a doctor. Well, that's good. So, no, you happy now? Is this what you wanted?
This is what I wanted.
It's-
Every tattoo for a D's win, I feel like is a good.
You a bit
outcome.
jealous? A little bit jealous that I go cool tattoo? A little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
It's a mad plane.
What would you have actually gotten?
I actually was panicking a bit on the day because I don't know. I would have had to have gotten a little demon. Otherwise, I would have got your face, which I don't know.
Well, I think that would be great. Do you think that Melbourne turned a corner? Do you think we're good now?
No.
Really?
Do you think you're good now?
Yes.
Do you think? Oh my God, sorry. Just the absolute lulls that I saw when Draper went down, which is horrific. But then certain people being like, "Oh well, Essendon aren't going to make finals now," as if they were ever looking good to make finals.
I mean, yeah. Pog's in the chat, or prayers up for Sam Draper and his wonderful snap as well. But yeah, no, you're a developing team, and you've got Anzac Day on Friday, and I believe the captain of Collingwood is not playing.
Yeah, do you want to just crack in?
Let's do the news with the one they call Marnie Vinyl because it's her name. Big news week. Big week in the news. Always a big week in the news. Pope. You want to start with the Pope?
Pope died.
Pope died.
Pope died when I was in the press box in the very final minutes of the Geelong Hawthorn game. And it is very uncomfortable being like, Do we address it?
Yeah. Did you? Because you would have got it in a place where journalists were.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the footy, and then it went to the news. Like they're like, guess what just happened?
Pope died.
And I was like, got to watch Conclave again.
Yeah, I want to watch it for the first time.
Do you know about what a conclave is, Tom?
Yeah, it's with that guy you really like, Ralph Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Yeah, he hangs out and he's going, I'm going to be the Pope, and then does White Smoke.
Is he Voldemort?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's not right, Tom.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
What happens with the Pope is all the cardinals converge on the Vatican, and they go into the conclave, I guess,
Into the room.
and they don't leave until they elect the new one. So it's all about the interpolitical, and there's progressive popes, and there's conservative popes, and there's old popes.
Yeah.
And it's a great movie. I really liked it. Thrilling. 4 stars.
Oh, that's
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Voldemort is in Conclave. It's a great view. So let's get to your real news, Marnie. Sorry, I completely hijacked that.
No, please. But just talking about Draper, I did see a lot of people pointing out, because he's a free agent at the end of the year, he might have played his last game in Essendon colours. It's like, I don't want that thought in my head. Thank you very much.
Oh, really? Do you reckon he's actually going to leave? Has there been any?
Yeah. There's been heaps of speculation about it, because he's from, I want to say Adelaide or Western Australia. One of the two. Adelaide.
Sure.
He's from Adelaide. He's from a soccer background. Anyway.
Everything's west of Victoria, so that's all Western Australia to me.
There's been plenty. He's one of the names that they're like, free agent at the end of the year. But
Right.
stay,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, I think he'd be. Yeah, I think Bombers have got to start retaining people. I think, but also you got to make room for that sweet Harley Reid cap space you need.
Yeah.
But Essendon are expected to regain Carl Langford, my fave, and Xavier Dersma, so that's good. And then Collingwood, as you mentioned, Darcy Moore is ruled out of the Anzac Day clash because he's struggling with inner ear issues that's caused him vertigo symptoms.
Yeah, it keeps his ears bleeding.
Yeah, that would be a very uncomfortable injury.
Yeah.
Why is his ear bleeding?
Well, it was in a marking contest, and then, oh my goodness, I can't remember the player that. It was to do with like the cartilage in his ear. He fell on it. I don't know. And like Fly was very much like, it wasn't that caused it, but like, well, he ran off with a bleeding ear and now he's got ear issues.
I saw a different report actually. Sorry to counter that.
Sure.
I saw that he was listening to some Thirsty Merc.
Very good. I thought you were going to go with the tiny ear hole.
Yeah, same.
No, I was like, what I was doing, I was trying to think of a band that I don't like or a musician I don't like.
Jack Johnson is the famous one that we do this joke with.
Jack Johnson, he's all right though.
Yeah, he's nice.
But I'm so proud of my comedy just then.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Thank you.
In his place, Nick Dacos will become the youngest Collingwood captain in 57 years. He's just 22.
Oh, is he the youngest? I heard reports there was a younger one. Thirsty Merc.
Okay.
I don't know. It didn't work as well. I was
hoping for a better
it doesn't
joke.
work, but I was on a roll, so.
Yeah.
But I can't win them all. Dacos is going to captain them.
It's a very safe way to just get Dacos into the record books again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's never going to captain again.
Why
Well,
Sidebottom not captaining?
I don't know. They want Dacos to be the youngest ever as like a media thing.
Yeah, also I think he's the future captain of Collingwood. Just
Shay.
get him in. Also, he's the vice captain. That's why he'll be captaining.
He's going to go to Tassie, I've decided.
Okay.
He's such an antagonist this year on the Pies.
You really are.
Everyone said Gary Ablett would never leave Geelong. I can see it.
I'm telling you, Tom, this is how Kane started as a fringe peripheral thing. It was like, he's a wild man, they say. Now he's on every show.
Yeah, I'm the next Kane Collins.
What do you think with Marcus Montempelli then?
What about him?
Is he going to stay a Bulldog?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, that's not a hot take.
He's the captain of the Bulldogs.
He never does long contracts, though.
Yeah, it's smart. He's like LeBron.
But then what if he has an injury that puts him down for a long time?
Doesn't matter. He's rich as fuck already.
Not really.
He's got a book. He's got a book. Marnie bought it for my son.
Oh, yeah, the kid book.
Yeah.
It's nice about his nana.
Books don't make money.
I know that. I know that intimately. But
Neither does podcasting.
Yeah.
Dan Houston is also going to return, so that's good
yeah.
For Collingwood.
Yeah.
Very good.
Not so much for the team that they're playing, but that's
Are you
okay.
going to be covering this Anzac Day clash?
No, because my boss, who I don't know if he'll be listening to this, but I just realised that he gave me the day off, and I didn't know whether he did that on purpose.
Oh,
but
lovely.
thank you.
Yeah, right.
A bit late to get tickets, but that's okay.
Oh, because it's public holiday.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. No, you won't be able to get into that ground.
No, I won't.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
but I can't.
Yeah.
I could,
I can't go with
could.
my friends. I can't go with Ashley Tam, who is my
Ashley Tan,
best friend Collingwood
a friend of the
supporter.
pod.
Surely you would have connections to get in, Brod.
I could walk in.
But is this that one game of the year where they don't let, like, you use your membership to get in? There's one game a year that my Gold Coast Suns membership says I can go to any MCG or Marvel game except for one
Probably
game.
Anzac
Is it the
Day,
Anzac
yeah.
game? Is
Yeah.
that right?
I know Tanya in our office gets everyone in the office to sit down on Ticketmaster or Ticket Tech and like get in the queue because
Yes.
she wants to go. So I know it's very hard to.
Did she get tickets this year?
Nah. Missed out this year, but she got them last year. What other things?
But with Houston coming back, there is an interesting dialogue around aggression of players that I found really interesting because Fly said that he doesn't want to kind of temper the aggression of Houston and he plays on the edge and that's what makes him a really good player. And then a few days later, you had Dimmer on Mac Andrew saying that he doesn't want to sanitize any of his aggression and he'll just grow out of it in time. Thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, I've been strong. I hate to agree with Dimmer, but I've said this from the start with Mac as well. I think it's what makes Mac so arrogant and his attack at the footy and, yeah, his anger and all that. I think that's what makes him so good, so I wouldn't want to temper that. Having said that, though, maybe Richmond don't win if he doesn't give away that free in the first few minutes of the Gold Coast Richmond game. So, yeah, it's complicated, but, yeah, I
Bailey
agree.
Smith.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Bailey Smith becoming an antagonist is a very interesting watch. And I don't agree with him slamming a football into Jarman Impey's face. But I do like a term I learned on this podcast, the heel.
Yeah.
out.
Mark's
Yeah.
a big wrestling fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no issue with that as well.
What do you
I
think
agree.
Cotton On think of him giving the finger to everyone?
Love it. Are you joking? It just means more eyes on him. His Instagram following is going up. Like,
Isn't he
it's
already one of the
perfect.
most followed on Instagram
He's got
or
like
something?
380 something thousand.
Yeah.
He's
So it's all
telling
good.
me I give people the finger and I'll get more Instagram followers.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
that's what gets me up every day. I'll get more Instagram followers, get myself a Cotton On little contract with
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
Geelong.
Well, if you could throw some of those crumbs to the pod, that'd be great.
Nah.
If you could have sponsorship with one clothing brand, who would you pick?
Johnny Big, come at me,
Wow.
Johnny Big. Where's my Johnny Big sponsorship? I wear Johnny Big every fucking day. Why aren't I a Johnny Big ambassador?
Keep going.
That's all I've got to say.
Well, get
Johnny
to put
Big are my
yourself.
people. I've never ever worn a shirt in 2 years that isn't Johnny Big.
And what do you love about Johnny Big?
That they're for big people like Dad.
And what do they provide?
Shirts that look awesome in different shades of pastel colors.
Give him an example. Give him your audition down the barrel and say, "Hey, welcome to Johnny. Do your thing."
Johnny Big, imagine this. I go to anything, a podcast record. I do 18 podcasts a week. And in every comment under every Instagram, I go, Big Daddy Tom was dressed by Johnny Big.
That's a great sentence. In fact, I'm going to get it tattooed on my back. Big Daddy Tom was dressed by Johnny Big. That's a great name for a band or an album or something.
Yeah, it's great alignment, IMO.
Yeah, no, we need the personalities. But do you know who's lost all their personalities now is Hawthorn. All their personalities are gone. They're all very auraless.
Oh, can I say something about the Jack Ginnivan playing in the VFL and then that being broadcast and then I saw a lot of people kind of being like, since when did the AFL comment on VFL players? It was actually 7 AFL that posted it. And they're a media organisation that posts things that are in the public interest or that public care about. If you didn't respond to everything about Jack Ginnivan, they wouldn't post it. They're just giving the people what they want. He's an interesting person. It's a footy story. It's not like he went down to the shops and they reported that he like bought Lint Bunny. Like, you
Which
know what
they
I mean?
did today
But
on
it was
discount.
just like annoyed me. Everyone just being like, since when did the AFL post about Jack Ginnivan? Well, they didn't. But even if they did, it's because all of you guys are asking for it.
You know, on YouTube, whether you like or dislike, YouTube doesn't care. Did you know that?
No.
The algo doesn't it just sees 300 engagements. It doesn't see, it doesn't care.
Yeah.
It will still put it in front of you. And I don't know the Instagram algorithm as well as I know the other one, as the YouTube one, but I know that you commenting, this is stupid 7 AFL is exactly what they want.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I've seen it in action before. I've seen a video and I've started watching and going, oh, I hate this. Swipe away. And then, of course, it's in my feed 10 more times.
He's talking about, it was footage of people giving money to charity and he was like, I disagree with this. I know.
I do love when I have people telling me to shut up on my TikToks. Being like, the more you tell me to shut up, the more I'm coming up in your feed.
Exactly.
Dumb pelicans.
You know it.
Like
Yeah.
it's like in the F1 cars, they have things that suck in the energy and harvest energy during the thing using the speed of the car, and that reserve builds up, and you can put it back into the car. You're an F1 of journalism.
Very cool.
I learnt this today from Max, the director of Avanti Donna.
Yeah.
Do you know what it harvests the MK?
Yeah,
and there's kinetic.
it's the way the
kinetic
battery energy works,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So the battery supplies
NOS,
the
man.
fuel
It's
and-
NOS.
Yeah.
What else is? How did we get here, Marnie? This is great
I'm
news.
still waiting to hear what your one sponsorship would be if you could have one. I'm Johnny Big.
Clothes.
Yeah.
No,
Nike.
Does it have to be closed?
Nike.
Okay.
Nike. I'm such a dork.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm an employee of the ABC, so I don't work
Yeah,
for
you would. I would also say Ken Cicada as well, of course, with his front office stuff.
That would be nice.
But
yeah.
But Nike. Yes.
Oh, this is people are not going to enjoy me talking about this, but the Blues brought out their State of Origin jumper for this year, and I really like it.
Oh, I thought you meant Carlton Blues, but no, New South
No, that
Wales.
just reminded me because I put it in my shopping cart and then I didn't follow through, and I patted myself on the back saying I need to stop buying footy jumpers.
Tax deductible though, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. Maybe
No,
not because
definitely
of
wouldn't be.
But I'd tax it.
It depends how much you're earning on your ABN though, Broden. You couldn't with like a wage from the ABC, I don't think.
I don't know. We can
Yeah.
get into it. Should we bring up a Google Sheets?
Yeah.
Sam Darcy has avoided an ACL. It is unfortunately though a knee fracture and ligament damage, so he will still be sidelined for quite a period. And Tom Green and Jacob Gaynor on their podcast, they put out there that like maybe that was clever from the Western Bulldogs to just go so heavy-handed with the fear of an ACL, so that when it is just a knee fracture, everyone's like, oh my God, that's great news, rather than being like, oh shit, Sam Darcy's out for 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, history proves it's usually an ACL. Like ACLs are so prevalent in men's and the M and the W as well. So yeah, like it may as well just say it doesn't look good. But I think everyone was just all they said was doesn't look good. Yeah, like they were just
We
like,
fear the worst.
They said they
worst.
feared
Yeah.
the worst. They went and said they.
But they
think
went
it's
pretty
an
hard on
ACL.
it, right? It was a wide story.
I have a question. What do you think about on the coverage, them showing Sam Darcy in the rooms?
he hated it.
I hated it.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I don't really like the idea of cameras in the rooms full stop, if I'm going to be honest. I think it's a little creepy at the best of times. But yeah, it's just like, it's devastating. It creates like a narrative away from the game, which I already disagree with, even if it's a fun, lighthearted narrative away from the game. You know, like, I'd hate it when BT's talking about De Goey being on the bench for 14 minutes and that stuff. Like, I don't want to see it. And yeah, it's intrusive and it's really awful and disgusting, I think. And it's like, especially because Luke Darcy's in the media as well, I feel like it was even worse. Like, it's like a targeted thing, I think.
Yeah, I think that he stepped away, Luke Darcy, from doing, probably because his son's going to be the best player in the league soon.
Potentially,
I think it's probably a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at Julia Gillard on the TV talking to me. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I think I don't like it. I don't need to see it.
When I did my Malakas segment, like a lot of people did not like it.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
in
a lot
our
of people on,
community at least. Yeah.
Twitter did not like it. Sorry.
Pregnant pause.
Yes, so it's just come through that Connor Nash has got 4 games for his strike.
That was
On-
a big hit.
Yeah, Brian Myers. It was horrible. It was one of those moments that was like, it actually almost felt intrusive to be watching it because Myers was just so out of it.
And they started warming up the sub immediately. Like, yeah, that's concussion. Get him off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was malicious, but it was definitely full on, and it was a full on game.
Yeah, completely. Well, it was graded as careless, and then just
Careless.
high and severe. But it was a complete accident. But
I agree with all those. Careless is the right word. But then also the Atkins knee in the back of the head. Did that get anything?
Yeah, I hope it did. I thought in a way that was worse.
Oh, really?
Well, I was just like purposely trying
Yeah.
to hurt someone in the fucking head with their knee, as opposed to, you could argue an accident, right? So
Yeah.
Malicious accident.
Yeah, a malicious accident versus a malicious.
That was weird.
And Richmond have just released a video of Bolter right now as we speak. But obviously we have no idea what he says because we are currently
okay.
recording.
Because he got interviewed yesterday. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
his first public chat yesterday, and then
But should we talk about Bolter and what's happening there? Because he will not be playing any night games after he has been officially sentenced for assault. He avoided jail time. He's been given a $3,000 fine, 18-month community corrections order, and he's ordered to adhere to a curfew at his home address from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. until June 22nd, ruling him out of night games and interstate games. His lawyer appealed the curfew, but the magistrate, Melissa Humphrey, just said, too bad. The fallout has been pretty interesting. Richmond fans have been behaving like absolute muppets and saying that, offering their homes that he can stay at close to the MCG so that he can play full games. Obviously, that would not be him staying at his home address.
The logistics of subbing him out at 3/4, like it.
Yeah.
They're not there playing that many night games. It's so silly.
AFL media has suggested that Richmond's actions somehow influenced the judge's decision, and there was a very test press conference with Adam Uze this morning where he basically said, enough.
Yeah.
No more
not talking about
Bolter
it.
questions.
After 9 questions.
After 9 questions, but
Went
4.5 minutes. So if
Yeah,
he's
not
not
long.
answering questions, he's going to get follow-up questions that can
Yeah.
add up to 9 very easily. It is a footy story. Also, if you have a player who has just been convicted of a crime and you played them, you're going to get questions about it.
Also, we couldn't care less about your
prepared.
games, mate. You're Richmond. You have nothing interesting going on in the field. This is the only thing we're asking about.
I just want to step in and say they're going to win Thursday, all right? I just want to get that on the record. But I can't remember another player that had a curfew before. That's an interesting story about a player having a curfew.
When he comes out, is it literally going to say admitted or is it going to say curfew in brackets?
Yeah, curfew.
Conviction. What's
Yeah,
it going to say? I
Yeah.
mean, be transparent. Also, it would be interesting to see how the commentators handle it, particularly in the games he does play, because even in the game he played against Gold Coast, there was a lot of commentary of wow, he's playing well under immense pressure that he's been.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. It was almost I had to turn the commentary off.
Yeah.
AFL cooked this handling of it just purely, not even on the act of it, on the optics of it, just horrible optics. There's a great show on the ABC called Optics about handling things like this, and where you work, and just talks about things but they handled it so badly.
Yeah, just awful.
I think whether it became a bigger story because they handled it so weirdly. I would love to know in the long term why they chose to handle it the way they did.
Yeah, well, the magistrate, by giving the curfew, has basically effectively doubled Bolter's ban. Jake Null had a really good piece in the ABC. Edit that out. Jake Null had a really good piece in the Age talking about he compared it to the GWS costume scandal and because the worst sanction was 4 games, which is the same as this. And just talking about how that doesn't really equate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 4, and Connor Nash has just got 4, and the amount of 4 games. Yeah, great. What other ones? What else?
And I would like to highlight, I do think that there's a level of hypocrisy in the way that media have handled this particular story, which is I'm so glad that everyone's taking it seriously, and that's been refreshing and good. But it would be good if when there's people in the media or former players or current players who have violence against women, if it was also treated with the same kind of seriousness.
Totally.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
It seems like the Dangerfield household took Tom's comments personally because Patrick Dangerfield has been playing out of his skin. I ran into Marty Dangerfield on the way to the MCG and she wanted me to tell Tom that, that she was very offended that Tom said Patrick Dangerfield was not in the top 10 players at Geelong this year.
I think I put the moz on him and the whole family should be thanking me for getting him back into form, mate.
And Michael Jordan and I took that personally.
But also, I should just say for the record, when I said that Dangerfield was not in the top 10, it wasn't really supposed to be a knock on him, but more Broden, you go on about Dangerfield. They have so many good players now and G'ing up of other players rather than a put down of Dangerfield.
But how does Johnny Big support you? How does Johnny Big make you the brand ambassador when you say such outlandish things?
Well, that's the thing. Does Kane Corns not have sponsors? I'm sure he has many sponsors.
Yeah, they're mostly sports fuck, bet fuck, tab fuck, bet.
Well, bet fuck tab. You know where I am.
Fuck face, tab fuck. Is the face off. You just got to think about that with your brand aligning.
Yeah, no, I've got to watch my fucking mouth, I reckon.
Johnny Big, they're gone.
Nah, Johnny Big loves it.
Johnny Big, that actually is good brand line for Johnny Big.
I still can't get over you saying Josh Dacos wasn't a good player.
Yeah, and he's not in top 10 in Collingwood for sure.
If Josh Dacos, if you're listening on Anzac Day after you kick a goal, clench your fist and shake it like you're excited you kicked a goal, and I'll know that you're a listener to this podcast.
Or just come on the podcast and fight Tom.
Yeah. But especially with Houston now, and I'd back that in actually.
I want to know what other people are listening. If you are listening to this, firstly, anyone, why you're listening to this,
Yeah.
but then secondly, let me know if you're in the AFL playing now.
Yeah, if you're an AFL player and you're listening to this, write in.
Message.
We want you on the show.
No, I just want to know from afar. And then, cool.
But yeah, how embarrassing for me.
I think that's just what happens, mate.
Yeah, you got to watch your mouth.
When you become a media pundit like you, one of the heavy hitters who
Yeah.
people turn to for their responses and their information, this is going to happen, man.
What do you say in your show? Loose lips get killed or something?
Well, the phrase is loose lips sink ships, but that's
what
more
yeah.
about, like being in a gang and like,
Oh, right,
you
and
don't
telling
tell
the
people because
police.
that's what's
Yeah,
going to
sure.
sink this ship, son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like snitches get stitches.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's me. I should go stop. I'm just going to be Mr. Positive.
But that's
from now
not
on.
this.
That's this.
That doesn't apply to this
I
circumstance.
said something naughty and I got in trouble.
No.
It's funny. Everyone thinks it's funny. Also, it was very delightful because I put that on my Instagram and all the replies were just either people saying, "What the fuck, Tom?" or just saying, "Oh, Marty's so lovely." And I was like, I know, she is lovely.
Really nice.
Really nice.
Really, really nice. It was really nice to me in the DMs.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah, go.
So we're watching the game at the wedding.
Yeah.
And Patrick is like, the game is like 4 points difference, like 6 minutes left, and Patty's taking over the game, and she's replying to him. Like, he's going, sorry
But
about
she's
that.
lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely.
But like, it's the key of that moment, that game. I was in shock. It was
I
a
was
real power play for
apologising.
Tom at this wedding. Like,
Yeah, that is a power
there was these
play.
guys in, like, all the grooms and stuff got there going, Jesus Christ, Tom's a power broker. In
no,
there.
I was just apologising profusely.
Max King has to have another round of knee surgery this Thursday. So that, like, this is so
wasn't that-
hard for him.
Yeah.
And Stephen May returns for Melbourne.
As does McVie. As
Excellent.
does Fritsch.
Bolster the defense.
Is your team's out, are they? Is that
They've
what
just
you're
come
saying?
out now because it's tonight.
It's tonight.
May, McVie, Fritsch for Turner, Melksham managed,
I like Turner.
Turner played his best game.
Disco.
concussed.
Oh, okay.
He
Right?
didn't play. He got concussed in the first or second quarter.
Well, I thought he was fantastic. No, I might be getting confused with someone else.
Perhaps you are.
Yeah.
But Fritsch is back, which is very interesting. I think that's a backing in of a player going, the media feedback this week was we won because he was dropped. And I think Goodwin's going, you get another chance. I don't want you to look bad. But if we lose, then he's never coming to play Melbourne again.
I think it's because people have been talking up Ben Keys' hair too much. They're like, we better put
Bring
our
back the
best.
hair.
At best.
Yeah.
Bring back the hair.
Yeah.
Best hair in.
Well, no, just the most that looking hair.
Yeah. The ad that I need to do is it's a new Campbell's Cash and Carry, was it? Cash Converters ad where he does a lot of acting.
Yeah, right.
And we've got to talk about that. We've got to get into that because I've got to talk to Bont about it. I'm not happy about the acting. I thought he did a bad job.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He has been good in ads in the past, but this one he's either not finding the truth in the moment, and I would love to just sit down with him and let's talk actions and objectives on stage and screen.
Request him.
I have many times.
Oh, do you want me to?
Let's see if that makes a difference. But I'm talking to all of them over there, and they are like, "Yep, we've put it through." Bond doesn't want a part of it, but he's busy. He's in demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can get. Trying to think of no, I can't do that. Is that all the news?
It is. I also just want to say, because it just popped into my head, in your Wacky Willy episode this week, which was all
You've
just...
got to stop listening to every episode,
Oh my
Marnie.
goodness! Of course, it's because it's relevant. Also, I don't want to bring up something that you've already talked about.
Yeah,
but that episode was just the two of you going, "Should we talk about this?" Yeah, we'll just do it in the other episode that was already live.
Yeah, we got to apologise. So we do a formal apology for the Wacky
I
Willy
was like,
Wednesday.
"Oh my god!"
There's still funny stuff in there.
But someone said that you should put shapes in the fridge. Yes, cold. I love cold shapes so much, genuinely, because the vending machine at ABC is cold, and so it's like refrigerated shapes, and they taste so good.
Yeah,
But you don't like ice cream and stuff, though, hey?
Yeah.
So you have but you don't like sweeties. So you often do you not have many cold things? Do you know what I mean? Because most of my cold things are sweeties, I guess. Or like
Yeah.
I don't know, shapes. Is it like a? What do you think of this?
I think it's whatever works, man.
Okay, well that's good. He's all accepting and all encompassing of the shapes and whatever.
Yeah,
temperature
I
you like.
don't think I've ever had a cold shape, but I'll go home and try one.
Why don't you
Yeah,
put some?
and then I love putting a little bit of avocado. on my shapes.
Marnie didn't.
watch out. That's fucked up.
Vegemite loaded fries, and Marnie was not about
It
it.
was fucked. I was really upset.
You were so excited about it too.
I was really excited about
Yeah,
it.
so-
And Sophie, who was with me, was not having a bar of it. She hated it.
I thought they were rocked.
Horrible.
Yeah, cool. That was some wonderful news.
Tipping?
Shall we tip? Hit it. Tipping.
Tipping.
Rude.
Tipping. Tipping.
Thursday night, Anzac Eve at the MCG. Two teams, both alike in shittery. Melbourne and Richmond. Melbourne's playing May's back, McVee's back, and of course Fritsch with the hair is back. Paddy, do you have your team, mate? Do you have the Richmond team?
Campbell Gray and Ryan Mansell come in.
I don't know who they are.
I like Mansell.
Mansell's good.
Why was he out?
Gray was on debut. He played for Essendon VFL last year and got picked in the mid-season draft.
You know who else came through Essendon VFL? Harley Reid.
Harley Reid.
And Carlton.
Well, don't mention that.
So that's exciting. I think I have big vibes the D's lose this game. Big vibes. Emotional week.
You should put a tattoo better.
No more tattoo bets. Adamuse knows us, and I think Bolton not playing is going to get Richmond in some strange way to lock in and.
You know how you asked earlier what they're going to list him as out?
Yeah, what are they listed?
Personal reasons.
Oh, boo.
Bolter out for personal reasons.
Boo.
That puts more shit. That's damning on
That's
personal
worse.
reasons.
It is. It actually
exactly.
is because we should take personal reasons seriously.
Yeah, I guess it's personal reasons a catch-all, but now the more times you use personal reasons,
It should say coward puncher.
yeah, well, it's what's close.
It's
close
truthful, yeah.
It's okay.
Well, it should say conviction.
Yeah.
convicted. Yes,
Like, be transparent about it.
Or CCO, corrections order or whatever it's called. Yeah.
yeah.
I would say D's though. I'm going to tip them, but I don't think they'll win.
I think Richmond will win, but I'm tipping Melbourne.
I'm going Richmond.
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were much better against the Suns. They played for 3 quarters.
Also,
Mac-
I love, Seth Campbell. That's his name, the one that did the cooking celebration.
Yeah.
I love
And
him.
the backflip.
He's so fun to watch.
Paddy's
Yeah.
desperate to talk. He's desperate. Look at that.
Desperate.
My brother has a tattoo of Seth Campbell's backflip on his shoulder.
Already?
Really?
That's enough.
But
That's
your brother
enough.
doesn't have like that many tattoos.
No, now
It's
he
he
does.
has one tattoo and it's Seth Campbell doing a backflip. How
Tell
old's
him
your brother?
about-
I've said too much. 21?
Yeah, that's a
21,
21-year-old tattoo.
Can you tell him about how the superstar? Tom has one favorite person in the world. He loves this person more than anyone else, and they were at that
Elf.
Carlton Richmond game.
Oh, yeah. Luke from Outdoor Boys YouTube channel was there. How crazy is that?
He loves this man who goes around and just camps in the bush.
Yeah, he does like hot tent camping in like minus 80 degrees
lives-
in Alaska and
He
shit.
lives in Alaska.
Yeah, but he just does like family YouTube.
Did you go and say
vlogs.
hello?
No, we didn't know until he just released his Australia vlog now.
But his video, 30 million views on these videos.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and his family, like half of them went for Richmond, half of them went for Carlton, and then like he was backing for Richmond, and it was like a great come from behind win, and had
Oh,
a great
fun.
time, and it featured heavily in the vlog. Shout out to Outdoor Boys Luke.
Great.
That really hurts you tipping Richmond, but I understand it.
I want to as well. Should I, Mans?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm
Fuck the
tipping
D's,
Richmond
let's
too.
go.
All right, okay, right now we're just being very, very, very rude.
Yeah, can Richmond.
I think that I'm going with the theory that the D's. Did you either of you watch the game on Saturday when the D's played Fremantle?
No.
No, but I worked all Saturday. What other games? Oh,
watched the highlights, I
GWS
think.
Adelaide?
Yeah.
That shit show.
I think
and
it
then
clicked. I
there
think
was
it
another
clicked.
game on that night.
No, they were so much better.
Oh, Richmond Gold Coast. I watched
Yeah.
that one as well. Yeah.
No,
That's
they
all I
were
meant
so
to
much
say.
better, Broden, for sure. But Richmond really good too. Hopper's like finding some really good form. Taranto's really good. I don't know. They're not as young as people keep saying they are.
No, they aren't. Was that you saying the
Yeah,
stuff
that
the
was
other
me
day?
that was saying they're the same age as Gold Coast and same amount of games experience.
But
so-
Gold Coast to me are very young. They're all teenagers.
yeah, that's true. But it's average age of 25.
Really?
Yeah, for both
You got
teams.
some old ones, I guess.
Yeah, like Ben Long, Witsy, Took now. So yeah.
Speaking of the age of teams, the oldest team in the AFL who's using it to their advantage, Collingwood are taking on Essendon at the Anzac Day match. 3:20 MCG. football.
Fuck this. What a game.
Collingwood by
Yeah.
48
What do
points.
you mean? Yeah.
I thought it would be a cakewalk, but is this one of those games?
They're
where
always
it's
close.
It was a draw last year.
Yeah.
And the year before, Essendon were up by 27 points at 3/4 time, and then Collingwood came home to win it.
Wow.
Yeah, you never know. You just never know.
You never know in this game.
It's
Love
so
that.
true. You never know.
But it's also just like, it's one of those days. No, I shouldn't say that's a bit disrespectful. It's one of those games that is just like, oh, it's the magic of footy.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I remember the Zaharakis moment. That always comes to mind.
Same.
It's a good example of Australia's colonial understanding of identity through war and how it pertains to a generation who don't really know, or for a large part didn't experience. It's built off Australia's identity, and that's my thesis. I started strong.
Yeah, I love what you were trying to do there.
You get the idea, like that's a vibe, yeah? You get that vibe of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I used to work at the G, it was absolutely very, very, very impressive. But also the Thursday night game as well is very, very cool with the lights and the fire and the horse and everything.
Do you go to have you ever been to the Anzac dawn service?
No.
Oh, you should go. It's emotive.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that it's changed a lot. But it's always been very emotive every time I've gone.
Did you see the Four Corners about the War Memorial in Canberra being corruptly rebuilt?
Oh, fuck, really?
Have you seen it? It's very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Have you been to the War Memorial? It's excellent.
I think it's the best museum / whatever in government building in Australia. I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When Donna went on tour there, I went and I was like, it's so impressive, but on multiple levels. Like in the just, it shows you the scale of World War I versus World War II, and the scale of war and how many people died. There's this one thing where they're like, this one wall here is World War II, and then they go and you turn your right and you see like this wall that goes down like a block that's World War I, just trench warfare. But then, so it's fascinating on that respect and respectful. But then there's rooms where there's just like Nazi jeeps. Like desert Nazi jeeps and Nazi uniforms and like all this.
I don't know if they got Teslas. Sorry.
No,
You might have to edit that out, actually.
But it was good. It's a fantastic museum, and I recommend going to it. But now they are they've got all this weird money. I shouldn't get political about it, but like Brendan Nelson was in charge of it, who had support from the Morrison government. It got signed off to an amount of money that, if there was $1 more, it would need to be regulated or checked off. So like all this.
Yeah, right. Without it got checked off without due process. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so we're tipping Collingwood, yes?
Yes, I think Collingwood for sure. But I love this idea that it could be anyone's game and it should be 50-50. I love that.
Yeah. You'd be so stupid not to go Collingwood, but I get.
You're going
Go
the Dons?
Essendon,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of Dons. My son's team, after all.
Can I?
Yeah, and your daughters.
Oh, yeah,
And your
true.
wives.
Yeah, true. No, my wife likes Collingwood, so.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she's Collingwood. She's hard Collingwood.
No.
I'm just seeing.
No.
I'm just seeing on the TV in front of me Bolter doing a press, and he's not doing. They've decided to not put him in Richmond clothes, so
Yeah,
they've taken
that's
him out.
interesting.
However,
No sponsors.
he is in a Vegas Knights hat. So there's an NHL hockey team from Vegas. He's not wearing Richmond's clothes. He's wearing the NHL team's hat. So now NHL are going to be like, oh, okay, I guess we're condoning his actions then.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. We'll go to Fremantle, and that night we got an Anzac Day night game between Freo and Crows, which is a dead set match of the round.
Absolutely. At Optus, which makes it even more interesting because I think at Adelaide, easy Adelaide win, I reckon. Freo have been so flaky, so up and down, lost to Melbourne. Like, how do you lose to Melbourne? You know, crazy. But now it's in Optus. Now it's going to be close.
And Adelaide statement win last week against, I thought, the best team in the league. No.
That was a horrible. Did you watch that game?
I did watch it at the pub before my show, and I was like, why has GWS scored 20 points to deep in the third here?
Yeah.
But no, Crows could, if they win this, then like game on, mate. Like finals, top four.
The ones that they lost, they shouldn't have. They the Rankin mark. Who was that against?
Yeah.
They shouldn't have lost
Gold
that
Coast,
game.
yeah.
Gold Coast, and then the week after it was super close. Can't remember again, but I just
Geelong.
remember it was close.
Geelong, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
They should have won that one.
Yeah, like I think that like those losses have been much better than like Essendon's wins, you know?
Yeah.
This is their
Like
first,
I think they're a really good side.
first week without Fogarty, so I'm tipping Freo.
I think, like I said on Sunday, Fogarty is not that big of a loss.
Yeah.
In that structure, they'll be fine. I think Adelaide will beat Freo, even though it would be really difficult away from home.
Also, Riley Thilthorpe,
Well done.
if you told me he was 40, I would believe you. That
Yeah.
facial hair, especially
Yeah.
from a distance, I'm like, that is an old man on the field. But he's
He's
only 22.
Well, let's not say
Yeah.
40's old money. We don't need to do that.
I think second round, pick 2 only 4 years ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so confusing every time I watch. I'm like, he looks
Facial
so
hair.
Yeah, it
Facial
does it.
hair
It
ages.
does
a
it.
lot older than he
Yeah.
is. Because it's not just like a beard, it's like a beard.
Yeah, it's an impressive one.
Yeah, it looks like he's old mate Camper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Adelaide.
Good job. And you tipped?
Oh, yeah, I'm going Adelaide for sure. But, I think it'll be very impressive if they win.
Saturday, first game of the day is St Kilda versus Lions at Marvel.
Yeah.
Superstars St Kilda at Marvel, I think, will try and bounce back, but I think Lions need to also bounce back more so.
No, I'm backing in Saints for this 100%.
Really?
Which means they'll lose, right? But yeah, I think Saints have been so much better at Marvel. Brisbane have been really bad away
Did
from
you
home.
see them against the Western Bulldogs at
Yeah,
Marvel?
yeah, but doggies are bunt back, Doggies are also really good at Marvel, you know what I mean?
But even just like the Saints were just so lost. Like they kept moving their magnets around to try and get anything to work, and just like it was a bit
Didn't
like,
work.
what are you doing?
It was a bit like they've been very up and down, haven't they?
Yes, St Kilda.
Saints.
But they've
played
won.
very well at times.
They've won heaps,
Yeah.
They won 3 in a row. Yeah.
but then 4 at the end of last year or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They were like 9 from 11 or something, weren't they? Yeah. I'm not making that up. I think they were 9 from 11. But yeah, I think St Kilda, I think Brisbane will have a little lull. It's too hard to sustain that amount of excellence for really long. So I think they'll
But
have
they
a little
weren't
lull.
excellent last week.
No, but just like from last year and everything, right? They've been on a run for a long time.
I'm tipping Lions.
I'm tipping
Yeah.
Lions.
I think Saints.
4:15 Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne. This is my smoky for the week. I'm going to go North Melbourne for this game. I've got nothing to back it up. I just think they've been pumped pillar to post all week, and they might figure something out. That's my hot tip.
You're always under on Port. You don't rate them. I think they're going to win.
Fair enough.
I'm going Port.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like there's a lot of optimism around North. Actually, you guys discussed North so well. Well, Tom did.
Whoa. What did he say?
I just remember because we were talking about something else, and I was like, "Oh, I was really agreeing with you on the podcast with all your takes, but I can't remember any of them." But they're about North and how the talent's there, but they should be better than they are.
Interesting. You're going Port as well?
Yep.
Monica Oval game, Canberra, GWS
Why
Bulldogs.
is this at night time? I feel like if you're having a Canberra game, it should be in the day. Am I wrong?
Well, it's not that cold yet, but it will get in June. Is that what you mean? The temperature?
Yeah.
I just feel like I've
It's
never
more
seen
of
a
like
nighttime Canberra game. I agree with you.
Suburban
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
should be in the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a nice nightlife in Canberra. Surprisingly, when you walk around in the city of Canberra, there's a vibe.
Yeah.
So maybe going to Monica is a vibe for Canberra people.
It would be if you were a very patriotic person. It would be a good weekend of like go to the War Memorial,
That might be something to know. I
go
don't know.
dawn service, do the whole, go watch footy. I don't know.
On a separate note entirely. On a separate note, is Dawn Service a drag performer? I believe they are.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drag women. Dawn Service. Your own name. I'm tipping Giants to bounce back.
I think Giants as well. Yeah.
That's
as
not
much
easy.
as-
That's not easy at all.
No, but as much as doggies have been good, they love Canberra. They're very good Giants, so it should be Giants.
I don't think that's easy. I think if you tipped Bulldogs money, I would be like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I really want to tip Giants because I really liked the footy that they were playing earlier this year, but they've had some scrappy. Yeah, I'm going to go Bulldogs.
Bunt back, but no Darcy sort of evens out a little bit. But they have a lot of key forward stocks, so they'll be okay with
Saturday in Canberra, it's raining, so GWS are going to get another rainy day.
Oh, no, they played crap in the rain.
On the weekend they did, yeah.
And in the Hawthorn game in Tasmania, they a little bit of elements going on,
Yes.
and they just lose the plot.
But that's their whole shtick is that we play everywhere, anytime, any place, right? So it's getting tested.
It's not in any weather.
Yeah, that's right.
Too much smoke, I can't see.
Suns, Swans. Are they going to wear the pink? I think they should wear the pink.
I don't know. You're more across it than I am. But lastly I heard was they were going to reprint it. But yeah, is it officially not just a gather round thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they should wear pink for this one because their other colour is red.
But
and do you know who else is red?
It's
Sydney.
a home game, though.
Yeah,
it's a home game,
true.
so there's no way.
Yeah, I guess Swans will just wear white. But I think bring the pink back, wear it at home.
Yeah, but I
Pink and
assume
white,
it'd be
I
an
love
away
that.
Guernsey though, right?
Pardon me?
I assume it'd be an away thing.
I think they'll just use it when they clash or whenever they want because people like it. I think the vibe would be people like it more than the usual one, so they'll very slowly migrate to it.
Sure, you might
I
be
reckon
right.
for the most part. But yeah. Is Marnie aware that Pitbull did the soundtrack to the 2018 film Gotti?
I don't know those words.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's a question for you. But then yeah. So who's tipping Suns Sydney
Suns for sure.
at People First Stadium?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't lose away from we don't lose at home as much. We'll bounce back. Dimmer will have been furious all week. Well, we know he's furious all week about all sorts of things, and he'll have him revved up and they'll win. Sydney have been really disappointing. I don't think they got any of these injured guys coming back this week. So
Yeah.
I would tip Suns, but I don't like how confident you are. It really makes me uncomfortable.
I'm supposed to be a positive guy. Brought to you by Johnny Biggs.
I'm tipping Suns, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, me too. Also because I went Sydney the last 2 weeks and they let me down.
Sunday 3:20, just before we come in here to record, Carlton Geelong.
So Carlton,
Oh, never ever.
just kidding.
Now that the Voss tapes are released, I can fucking barrack for everyone else now.
Oh, how was the response to the Voss episode?
Lovely.
Huge.
People
Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, it's not surprising in any way, bro." And the tin he moves. I got to call
I
out.
thought you didn't.
Paddy,
You couldn't
cut
get
it down,
90.
huh?
I thought you couldn't get 90 or something. Like,
See, that's and
the
Marnie.
clip.
See, this
It
is
looked-
why you should never trust the media because this guy over here cut it down so that I actually hit 90, but I failed out at 95,
Did
or I
you?
failed out at 100.
that's not what I
No,
saw.
I thought you.
What I saw was you know.
Well, you watched the short form abridged version.
I was there on the day.
I hit 90.
Did you?
I hit 90.
Well,
Are you
it's
sure
just
about
that like
Yes.
I would like to see some proof.
It's in the YouTube video.
People in the chat are saying 95, so okay.
I failed out at 95, which I'm happy to sit here and say.
Yeah. There was a lot of debate about the arch back thing that Voss had to say. Not everyone agreed with that, which I found interesting. It's
I don't-
funny that there's not a consensus.
I don't know if
always.
you know a thing called bro culture.
Yeah.
But everyone's got an opinion on where to put
Exactly.
your fucking legs.
You'd think there'd be a consensus, but no.
The theory is that your lifting of the legs is Voss, because he makes fun of me for doing the arch back, which is supposedly the powerlifter thing you're supposed to do. Is if you take your legs out of it, you get no leg push, and if you take your arch out of it, you get no arch.
Yeah, so you can do it either way, but the way he does it is more focused on just the pectorials or
But
whatever.
I
right?
feel, and this is based on nothing.
Yeah.
Paddy disagrees with me. Paddy tried to put up 20 and he couldn't do it
Yeah.
with his legs lifted up. This is broy culture. I'm so sorry. And then, but I find it, and I create easier. So I don't know.
Right, because you're focusing on your pecs more. Less like core.
How much do you reckon I could do? Like
60.
serious answer.
60.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll get you 60, mate.
I reckon I can
reckon.
do 20.
I do
so-
Pilates almost every day.
Yeah,
You're strong.
incredible.
You're
Yeah, strong.
Have you seen the footage of the rock climbing guys going up against
Rock climb is
weightlifters?
gnarly. That's something else.
So they'll do like a row where you're pulling it, and then they'll get on a massive weight and they'll do it very easily. And they're much stronger, but they look lean like AFL players. But the Voss tape went well.
Great.
Yeah, lots of views on YouTube, 5,000.
Just happy that it's out and I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly. Now I can just barrack for Carlton to lose every week like I usually do.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's great. They'll never lose again.
Yeah, you reckon?
They're two on the trot. They'll lose this weekend, but
Yeah, Geelong are very good. Hey, but short turnaround for Geelong.
shout out to Lewis Young and Jordan Boyd who came to my show.
Did
Oh,
they?
that's nice.
Yeah, and they've been on this show.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Great taste. And then the last game is Hawthorn West Coast. Hawthorn by 1 billion. Now, anyone else tipping against that? Is anyone saying Eagles can win at Marvel Stadium against
That
Hawthorn?
would be
No
fun.
chance.
I mean, I'm
Let's-
going Hawthorn, but
Let's
wouldn't it
record
be
at 4
funny
o'clock
mix up?
just because there's no chance.
Wow, I like it. I like the boldness. That's happened.
Well, I mean, Essendon almost lost to him.
Yes, no, it's Essendon.
True.
That stressed you out a bit.
It did stress me out a bit.
Yeah, I love that game. That was my game of the round.
Also because in the episode that I interview you, Broden, I said, I was like, you'll never see me sad about an Essendon loss. Like, I'm just not going to let it affect me that much. And then I was watching that game and like, maybe that was a lie. I'm feeling like, I really don't want to lose to West Coast.
Was
in
that one of
this
those
game.
games as well where you were like, I can't believe we only won by 3 and I'm disappointed? Or were you like, yay, we won?
It was a relief, but also because I was watching it with a lot of Essendon people, and they were getting I mean, one of my mates is just very always happy, optimistic, would never be genuinely sad about a football game. But the other one is quite invested and was getting a little bit agitated.
A balanced and unbalanced person, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's funny, like with the Gold Coast loss on the weekend, that was one of the first times that I was a little antsy. It might have been the environment, the cheering for Bolter, the rude people around me, but it was the first time in a while that I was like getting pretty upset that the Suns are losing. I was like,
It can, like, when you're in person, it can be horrible.
yeah.
Especially, there's definitely been times where it's just like, this is horrific when you're losing and you're around people that are being very obnoxious at
totally.
you. It can be.
Yeah, I had some people who were targeting Melbourne players and they were bothering me, which caused me to come in here and do a heavy metal tirade.
Yes.
So it happens, you know what I
it
mean?
happens.
But
It's
it's
like
just,
maybe we should say something nice about Fremantle to balance out.
well, I said I tipped them and you didn't.
Well, I don't think they're going to win.
No, Freo's great. Can't wait to get over there in a few weeks. Anyway, do my show. No, I'm excited to do it.
Is that sold out?
Believe so. Or maybe not.
luckily.
I don't know. Yeah. There's still freer people coming.
No, they're going to pour
Just
their
throw
tickets.
things at you.
Yeah, fair enough.
A Freo fan should do that thing that
let's be
50 Cent
careful.
did and buy the entire audience out. And just
Oh, that would be horrible.
just one person watching.
I'm down with that.
Boo!
I always think about that with the 50 cent thing. At least they got their money.
Yeah, 100%. It works both ways.
All right. Well, that's another episode. Cheers, Marns. Enjoy the footy this weekend.
Likewise.
Tom, enjoy your Johnny Big.
Thank you. If anyone's working for Johnny Big out there, you call up Dad.
I'm going to the Opera House, performing at the Opera House on...
Me too.
Really? Are you doing like your solo show at the Opera House? Oh, no.
No, Auntie Donna's performing there on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
And I'm performing in some sort of garden tomorrow. Oh, it's going to suck.
Nah, it'll be fun.
No.
I'm doing new material as well.
Oh, how
In a
exciting.
park
Yeah.
in Sydney.
Oh, what park? Hyde Park?
A botanic one.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's going to suck.
Nah, it's going to be awesome.
I think, yeah.
So good that I opted out of this
Someone
trip.
film it. Someone film it. It's going to be awful. They're going to be kids. They're going to be kids. It's going to be
Yeah.
awful. All right, Marnie, enjoy the footy. Tom, Patty, enjoy the footy. Bounce that pill.
Bounce that pill.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. Went to your Thursday night show. It was very funny. You're a god. Oh, Jay, I'm a god. Well, finally someone said it.
Finally, Jay.
Thank you, mate. Apple McKinsk said cheers.
Thank you, Apple McKimps.
I think we should do a video where you and I go to the gym and we get you benching.
And then I think us as a collective doing a Pilates class would be so funny.
Good
and
content.
so much fun.
No, they're really hard.
I know they're really hard.
really
But then there'll be some like ones where I'll be like really, like, oh, I can't do it. And two of you will be like, shoo.
It's
I'm very
And
weak.
then there'll be other things where I'll be like, look at my balance, look how great I am. And you guys will be wobbling all over the place.
I'm very, very weak, but I have surprising endurance.
I have really good balance, but I'm really
Johnny
weak.
Big.
Yeah, Johnny Big.
It's your sentence.
Very, very large man who can't do.
If
is
you
not
have
strong.
great endurance, consider Johnny Big.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chris is coming to that kids show in Sydney, mate. It's gonna be so bad.
It's not a kid show though. The kid show ends and then people can stay and watch you.
Rach,
Oh my God, thank you, Rach. Okay. Maybe I
Marnie's
will
blue
just
jersey.
buy the.
Yeah, you got $3 for the Guernsey, so you should.
That's good for me.
do I have any more facts about Northland Maya? I actually had a heckle on the last night of my run about Northland where someone was like, it was an older woman. She was in her 60s and she goes, did you know that's the highest performing Maya in Australia? Just started talking in sentences. I'm like, I'm doing a show here. She's like, it's the highest performing Maya in. Yeah.
That's funny.
We did a day in each other's lives. Mel says it'd be cool if we did a day in each other's lives. So, Marty, you go and produce music in that dark room.
Okay.
That would be funny. I would like to work for the ABC as a journalist for a day. As a joke.
You go have a hot scoop.
Yeah, I'll get heaps of hot scoops.
You swap and then I'll act. Is that I do not? I don't change.
No. Well, how
Do
does it work?
So you can be me, I'll be, no, you want to be me. So you be me,
Yeah.
and then I be Broden, and then Broden produces music.
Yeah, you got it easy as. You just drive around.
Yeah.
Go do podcasts
Do
and
some
stuff.
sketches in the park.
Oh, look at my little live
Make
show.
some jokes at kids.
Anyway, I'm watching whilst working from home in UK Birmingham, going to bounce that pill on the Donna tour in October. Can you bring Marns?
I was like, oh my God, I can go to a Premier League game? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the UK.
Do a hit piece on Carlton, Tom.
Do a hit piece on Carlton. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, Arsenal doing really well.
Yeah?
Yep.
Tottenham got eliminated from the whatever championship they were still in.
Is Ange on his way up?
Why? They better not sack him.
I agree.
But I think they will.
Yeah.
But it's one of those leagues where they just do sack people at the drop of the hat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the
they
NBA.
shouldn't.
Like the
Stability.
NBA.
I feel the same way about North. I feel the same way about the D's. I feel the same way about just stability is your winner. Yeah. All right. Shall we get out of here?
Oh, that didn't come up for me.
What's
Samuel Young gave $5 as well, it looks like.
Oh, Sammy Young. Good on
Yeah,
you, mate.
why didn't it come up on mine? I don't know why it didn't come up, but thank you,
We
Samuel.
appreciate it, Sam. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Legend.
Sam donated earlier.
Oh, I didn't see it.
All right, fam, we're going to get out of here and go to bed. Congrats to Joe again. Marnie, good to see you. Tim, good to see you.
Thanks, mate.
Padrick, good to see you. And Joel, as we go out, gifting
Thanks,
stuff.
Joel.
Oh, fucking legend. Oh, by the way, how good are the 1 year badges, by the way? If you've got a 1 year badge in the
Oh yeah.
in the chat, they look cool. So when you are 1 month, it's like a picture of you. When you're like 3 months, it's like a picture of Broden. I think it's like 6 months, it's like a different picture of Broden. And then at a year, it's all three of our faces. on
People
the
have been
badge.
with us for a year?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Like, look at my badge in chat. And then you can see a 1 year badge. Because, yes, I have subbed
Oh, yeah.
to us for over a year.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for your support.
Thanks, mate. Anytime.
Tom.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you later. Bounce the said pill. Enjoy the footy.